So I was initially waiting to get my A Tribe Called Quest record in before I made a second video on my record collection, but I decided, you know what, I'm tired of waiting. I don't know when it's going to come in, so I just decided I'm going to do another video on my record collection. It's not going to be nearly as big as the last one, because the last one I had like 15 albums to go through. This one I have like 8 or 9 albums to go through. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 albums to go through. So it's a good amount, but not nearly as much as the last one. It would have been 10, but I'll just go over We Got From Here in the next part, whatever I do. So I bought some new records in the past couple months, and I'm just going to go through. I'm not really going to go through my favorites, but I'm just going to go through them in order that I bought them. Not all these are inherently my favorite albums. I want to emphasize that. This list used to be while I was trying to get all my favorite albums, but eventually this past month I was just like, you know what? A lot of these are my favorite albums, but a couple of them are just the best album I could find in the store. And they're not always my favorite album from the artist, but they're the best one I could find. So I guess I don't have any more introduction. I'll start from the top one. This is my first non-hip-hop record. I got Thriller by Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson. I don't care about allegations. This man makes amazing music. Screw my Thriller's Awful video, because that video is totally a joke. This is easily one of my favorite albums ever. This is the first record I got that has, it folds out to a very cool picture of Michael Jackson with a little tiger, but it doesn't full open up here. It opens up here, though, with the actual record. This is what the record looks like. It's the oldest vinyl I own, too. This is from 1982. I think the second oldest I own is The Chronic from 1992. So by a decade, this is the oldest I own. Love this album to death. It is easily one of my favorite records ever. Definitely my favorite pop album ever. I think it used to be my favorite non-hip-hop album, but I think if it counts Miseducation as Sing the Crown, but if you consider Miseducation hip-hop, this is my favorite non-hip-hop album. Love it to death. We got another album that's pretty similar, very much influenced by it. We have 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars. This is what I meant by not my favorite albums. This is definitely a top 100 album for me, but it's not like, if somebody told me to list out my all-time favorite albums, I don't think I'd put 24 Karat Magic there. Still love this album to death, though. This is one of my favorite covers. It is so white. Look at that reflection. It has kind of a cool, like I like the way the magic is kind of on there. It's in its own form. It's like its own decal on it. It looks really great. I love what it says on the inside. It just says, let's see if I can get this angle. Thank you for buying my album. And then it says, you're welcome, down there at the bottom. I love this album to death. I think this is easily Bruno Mars' best album. If you look inside on the record, it's just in a normal sleeve. It's a normal black record. As a whole, though, I love this album to death. There is a little bit of a little sleeve right here, though, that I've actually never checked out. It's just a little track list thing, and it's a little crown. I think this might be a one-sided record, but I don't know. Point is it's a pretty short album. It's like 30 minutes. Please go check it out. It is a solid album. One of my favorites that came out in 2016. Overall, this is the best Bruno Mars album, in my opinion, and one of my favorite pop albums. Great album. I found this in the store for like $16. That's why I own it, and I think it looks great and awesome. So, hey, that's not an L. Next, I got the best Jay-Z album that's on vinyl, the Black Album. This is not my favorite Jay-Z record. I prefer 444 and Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt prices go up to some in the hundreds, and 444 doesn't really exist on record except for a couple rare some $100 copies. But this is generally distributed in most. I got this at a record store. A lot of them I order online. This one I actually got at a record store. This album is fantastic in my opinion. I love the inside of it. That's cool art. This album's fantastic. It has some of my favorite Jay-Z tracks ever. The interlude, or as some people call it, public service announcement. It depends on what version of the album you have. What are the other ones? Dirt Off Your Shoulder, Encore, 99 Problems. So many Jay-Z classics on this one. It's surprising how long it took me to get a Jay-Z record, because he is like one of my top 5. But truly, if there was a 444 vinyl that was cheap and available to me, I would have gotten it a while ago. But the reason why it took me so long to get a Jay-Z record, because this is the one I needed, and I'm not insane about this album. I just think it's a great album, but I think there are 2 better Jay-Z records out. Blueprint is pretty close to this one too, and I'm probably gonna get a Blueprint record at some point. And if I ever have the money, I'll probably get a Reasonable Doubt record, and I'll maybe hunt down bootleg 444, because I love 444. Here we got Tyler the Creator's Flower Boy. This might be a good time to announce that I've thought about it, and I think Call Me If You Get Lost is my favorite Tyler the Creator album. I was not nearly as into this or Flower Boy and Igor as I am into that album. That has been all I've been listening to the past week. I love it so much. But moving on, let's praise Flower Boy. This is my second favorite Tyler record. I love this album so much. It felt like it's such a better step for Tyler. And he put in so much work to make a great album here. The inside of this one is hilarious, actually. They definitely put some comedy here. They have just like a couple really weird images of him with sunglasses on, then him taking like a selfie in the mirror. I hate the lighting, I'm sorry. But then it has like the amazing photographer, and I took some sick photos for this album that were supposed to go here, but her agents or what the fuck ever said that it couldn't happen, so I relied on cell phone pics. Love you. Next time. That's funny. I just think Tyler's great up there. I don't know if you can see it there. It's like an album photos there. Actually, great album though. Beyond that, also one of my favorite covers. Like, I love the aesthetic of this cover. The last 3 albums don't have my favorite covers ever, but this, holy shit, this. In fact, I'm trying to buy records that have better covers now. They obviously have to be great albums, but like I've been trying to look for albums that have great covers too, because oh my god, I love this cover so much. It looks so good. Overall, amazing record. Next, I got Starboy by The Weeknd. This is probably the worst record I own. I love this album though. It's a great album. It's just the one I probably revisit the least. I mostly bought this album for 2 reasons. Number one, come on, look at this cover. Just, oh my god, it looks so cool. Number 2, this track right here, the title track, is a top 10 song ever for me. That is probably my favorite R&B song ever. Or if you want to consider it pop, it would probably be my favorite pop song ever. And also, On the Records Are Blue, which looks awesome. Overall, even though this isn't like the perfect album and there's definitely better Weeknd projects out, actually the only one I think I like more than this is After Hours. This is a really underrated record. Now, I am a really weird Weeknd fan who doesn't think House of Balloons or anything in the trilogy is considerably his best. I think Beauty Behind the Madness, Starboy, and After Hours are his top 3. I'm going to get hate from Weeknd fans for that, but I don't really care. I love this album. I think it's a great album, and I think it's filled with tons of bangers. It doesn't really need to be 18 tracks, but it's still really enjoyable. And the cover looks so goddamn good. I also bought this because I was like $1 short of After Hours, which I would have gotten because that's the best Weeknd record, but I didn't have the money for it. Next, I got Pinata by Freddie Gibbs. I didn't really plan to get this one, but my friend gave me an Amazon gift card for like $20, and I was like, "Oh, I'll look for a record on Amazon for under $20." This was on Amazon for $20. Crazy enough, this is not only not my favorite Madlib record, it's not my favorite Madlib record I own. So I'll get to that one later. That's the last one in this stack. Can't wait to get to that one. Pinata though is fantastic. I love this album. This is my favorite Freddie Gibbs record. I think Freddie Gibbs had his best flow, lyricism, consistency on this record. I love this cover too. I like the zebra outline with him in the middle. Honestly, this is just a fantastic record. When I first heard it, I liked it, but I don't think I loved it. It took me about a year to really realize everything that works so well about Pinata. And I honestly love this record to death now. I wish more records would do sleevings like this, like plastic. It's so much easier to like work with than the paper sleeves. Point is though, is that this is a phenomenal record. If you haven't heard Pinata, you are wasting your time. Skip this video. Go listen to it. It's so good. Next, I got my favorite Roots record, Undone. I mostly got this album because I think it's a 10 out of 10, and I needed a Roots record on my wall. Undone is such a beautiful record in every sense. I love this album so much. It means so much to me. I think just there's so much passion in the production and the lyricism. Black Thought mostly raps over this, and it is some of the best rapping I've ever heard. But I don't think that's really what makes this album so amazing. Black Thought's a big reason why I love this album. But the most, I would say this about most Roots records, the whole group makes it so good. Like, if they didn't have these beautiful, like, production, this phenomenal... Sorry, camera cut it right there. What I was saying was, Undone by the Roots is phenomenal. And the production on this is amazing. And it also is really deep. I haven't known this album for that long, and I haven't even really gotten to how deep the record is yet. There's also some cool stuff inside of here. There's like a poster in here. I might hang this up in my room. It looks pretty cool. I don't love it though. It just looks kind of cool. I bet if I really analyze the album, I would find a lot of meaning in that. It also has a pretty cool sleeve. Let me find this. Let me get the sleeve out. This is what the sleeve looks like. It has a kind of cool Urban Legends printout all around it with Undone printed in the middle. I also didn't realize until recently that the title is misspelled, which is obviously the point because it goes like undone, and then if you go like this, it's like unpun. So I don't really know the meaning of the title yet, but I'll definitely analyze this out more. Also love that poster. This poster looks so cool. Overall, fantastic record. Best thing the Roots have done in my opinion. I think it's better than Things Fall Apart. I'm going to just line real quick. That might be a hot take, because I know if Things Fall Apart. It's a classic, obviously. It's easily one of my favorite albums, but Undone's better. Final record I have. Y'all know I love this album, Mad Villainy. To death. This is the best Madlib record. I can't even deny that. This cover is so cool to me. I love the way MF Doom looks on this cover. It has such a cool aesthetic that kind of darkens out his face and really highlights the mask on him. This is such an iconic cover upon that. There is not a there are 22 tracks on this record, not a single one to skip. Some of my favorite tracks ever. Accordion is easily one of the best intros ever. I love that beat so much. It is so fucking good, and MF Doom murders it. Meat Grinder, Bistro, Raid, America's Most Blended, Rainbows, Curls, Money Folder, Shadows of Tomorrow, Figaro, Strange Ways, Fancy Clown, All Caps, Great Day, Rhinestone Cowboy. How can you deny that this isn't a? How can you deny this isn't a classic? This is a fucking classic right here. Amazing album. Actually, this is the best album. This might be a hot take. This is the best album to come into the 2000s that wasn't made by Eminem. Those two bad boys right there. Yeah, no, those rule the 2000s for me. But this is the third best of the 2000s. I mean that. It beats Late Registration. Very briefly, though. Okay, that's my collection. That is what I have. The only one in the mail right now is We Got It From Here. But I think next I'll probably get... I want to get Late Registration, because if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I moved that album up to A+ finally, so it's finally a 10 out of 10, and I kind of want to get it now for that reason. I also want more Kanye records, because I don't just want Dark Fantasy and Kid Seiko, so I really want to get the whole college trilogy, but Graduation is kind of hard to get, but I'm going to try my best to get it. I might just get that trilogy next, because I think they look great on my wall. They're some of my favorite covers ever. I think I'm going to get Atrocity Exhibition by Danny Brown. Love that album. I think I really want it on record. It has a really cool cover, and I just think it'd be cool to have. Also, continuing my Kendrick collection would be good. I might get Damn. Section 80 is a little hard to get, but I might do my best to get it. I actually kind of want to get The Score by the Fugees. I think that'd be cool to have. 2001 by Dr. Dre, I think I might get, because I want another Dr. Dre record. Me Against the World by Tupac is up there. I would love that one. I might also get the Low End Theory, even though We Got It From Here and it's in the mail. I think Low End Theory is a pretty close second favorite from that group. And also Midnight Marauders. I could get all three of them. They're all great. Yeah, that's really all. Oh, I might, whenever Call Me If You Get Lost goes on record, I'll probably buy that. Also, if there is a pre-order for The House is Burning by Isaiah Rashad, I might just pre-order it, because I have a very good feeling it's going to be amazing. Point is, though, is that is my collection. That is what I got. What do you guys think on my collection? Do you think there's any records you recommend me get? What is your guys' collection? Let me know in the comment section below. What's your favorite record here? Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.